Hello there. How are we doing, my friends? I hope we are all good. I hope we are all feeling very blessed. We are live on Cubcamtv right about now. I hope everyone's days are going well. It's really good to be back on YouTube. As I've said, we may not be doing a live stream on Friday, so I thought I would jump on here today and do something a little bit different. I've got nothing else to do this evening, and I thought, you know what, why not? Let's get into some more live reactions, as always. Out to everyone locking in nice and early. I'm looking forward to this one a lot. I'm looking forward to getting into as many live reactions as we can. We're going to be going till 11 this evening. So yeah, if you are locking in, first thing to do, make sure you hit the like button. It allows other people to see the stream. And on top of that as well, make sure you are getting your requests in on the right-hand side of the page. Like, obviously, with this stream, the main point is to get your requests in so we can do these reactions live on the show, and then we'll chop them up afterwards and put them up onto YouTube individually. However, this is the live stream section, so thank you all for joining us nice and early. If you are looking in nice and early, please make sure you are getting your requests in on the right-hand side of the page. Get into the chat as well. Let us know where you're locked in from today. We're going to be giving you live reactions across anything that goes into the chat, basically. You get one each, so do pick sparingly. I'm going to wait until we fill out this room a little bit more. Of course, it's going to be good, though. I'm looking forward to this one. Let us know how your days are going. I've been quite busy the last couple of days. I've got to say, I've been trying to get back onto the YouTube grind. I've been putting more videos out there over the last couple of days. I'm trying to work out the best sort of time to do live streams as well. Obviously, sometimes we end up doing them a little bit earlier in the day. Sometimes we do them a bit later. I think on Friday, if we do our traditional Friday requested stream, then we might have to do it a bit earlier. Obviously, I've got a shoot in the evening. It's Christmas Eve as well, so I've got plans. And on top of that as well, I'm also going to be doing the reaction to the new Ed Sheeran remix of Peru at 12. It drops 12 UK time. So yeah, if you are locking in, please do get involved and give us a signal in the chat. Give us a request, give us a reaction, and we will get into these right about now. And if you are looking in as well, please make sure you are hitting that like button. I want to see as many of you hitting the like button as we can. The more likes we get, the more people do come into the chat. Out to Horror Queen joining us, saying react to Efesino Amere. Cool. That's the first one on today's list, so we are going to jump into that right about now. How are we all doing? Where are we all locking in from? How have our days been? Okay, cool. This one from 3 years ago. Lovely stuff. Just get all this set up on here. Let's go do a little Insta post saying we've gone live. How is everyone's day going? I've got to say, it's so busy over here in the UK at the moment. Everyone's going down with COVID. Everyone's isolating. I've had a couple of near misses, so I'm all right for the moment. I'm just about okay, which is good. I'm very much looking forward to getting into this. Right, so there we go. And we are live. Right. Cool. Let's go then. This one requested by Horror Queen. If you are in the chat, please let us know where you're locked in from, and of course get your requests in as well. This one, Amere with Efesino. Let's get into it right about now. It's a weird time of year for releases, I've got to say, because there are so few in December. December, traditionally, the music industry completely shuts down. It's actually been a very busy December for new releases in comparison to previous years. I'm actually quite amazed at how many things we are getting out there at the moment. Like, it's crazy. I've still been non-stop uploading new stuff every day. And that's new releases every day, not just the requested stuff either. Out to TA, saying request to NSG headliner. I'll get into that one after this. Big tune. I was meant to do that on the last stream, and I didn't. So we will get into that one after this one. Out to TA joining us. Out to Horror Queen in the chat as well. If you are locked in, people, please make sure you are throwing a like on the stream. It does make a massive difference, and we're going to get into our first live reaction here. The sounds of Amere with Efesino. Again, I haven't heard this one. I don't really know much about Amere either, so we're going to jump right into it and see how it sounds. Without further ado, let's go. I love the low end in the vocal.
Tell me you love me too.
Rhythms are lovely.
I love the way you make me smile.
This is wicked so far, man.
I know you'll never
Very kind of dramatic introduction as well across this one. I'm loving the fact that it goes from that, the sort of double ups on the vocals across the introduction to kind of breaking down entirely, then going into this much more rhythmic breakdown in the middle. Really like the direction on this one. Out to Olayapo Emmanuel saying react to Asher murder in the USA. We can definitely get into that one after this. Keep getting your requests in, friends. Please do get involved. It's good to see a lot of you joining the chat as always. But let's carry on with this one.
Side. Oh, how I love those eyes. When I'm with you, oh my dome, 'cause I have you. No one else completes.
Really nice melodies on the guitar for this one. I'm loving the direction, man. The kind of scattered approach to the drum lines is really, really cool. Again, going with really syncopated percussive rhythms underneath those kind of rolling kicks. Again, there's a real kind of natural stutter to this one. Sounds really cool. Again, the really nice thing about this that I'm finding from a listener's perspective more than anything else is, of course, those big vocal harmonies that kind of sit on top of each other. Really like the direction on that. And again, Amere clearly has a wicked voice. I'm pretty sure I've listened to at least one thing from Amere before, but I'm not too familiar in general. But really liking the direction on this one. We're going to continue with it and see where it goes. But overall, rhythmically, this is really, really clean. Out to Horror Queen for suggesting this one. The guitar lines are clean as well. They're kind of heavily plucked. Rolling with the triplets. Again, the syncopation on the rhythm for this is what gives it a lot of the energy more than anything else. It's what gives it that kind of intricate ability to find pockets, and it creates these additional pockets on top for the vocalist to kind of slide across. Again, it sounds really, really clean, man. I think Amere's vocal clearly suits this kind of more stripped back instrumental. Like, there's no big melodic elements in the instrumental. It is primarily just those kind of rolling guitars, and on top of that as well, you've got the kind of quite subtle bass line below. Primarily, this one is definitely driven by the percussive edge and, of course, those harmonies we're getting from Amere. Really, really clean in the kind of layering. Out to Tolu, how are you? Saying react to Late by Tyla. I will add it to the list for today. We are going to 11, which I'm very, very excited for. I'm always enjoying these live streams at the moment. It's good to get so many of you into the chat. But yeah, if you are locked in, please make sure you're throwing a like on the video. Makes a massive difference. It means more people are actually able to see the video on their feeds. It becomes more available for other people. That's why you always hear YouTubers saying, please make sure you like the video, because it just makes things more easy to find for people who aren't already locked in.
He makes me feel so good inside. He's always by my side. Oh yeah, when I'm with you, oh my God,
just puts a smile on your face, doesn't it? Again, those really nice sweeping on the pan there. Really nice panning of the drums. Again, it kind of improves that level of impact when you're trying to transition from one section to the next. Really like that as a direction. And again, it's a cool use of different drum techniques as well. Out to Tolu saying, please, if you can, also react to the Show Them Camp. It's up to you. Again, we can add it to the list. The more requests that we get in, the longer we'll be going. I'm aiming to go till 11 tonight. So, yeah, we can probably get into another one. Tolu, you are a regular, so I'll give you special treatment. Yeah, very much enjoyed this. I love the scatter, man. It's the fact that you can fit, it's the fact you can fit so many drums into such a short space of time. Like, when you're breaking it down sort of bar for bar, beat for beat, you can fit like 8 or 9 different drums into essentially 8 or 9 different hits into like a 1-bar section. Really, really cool. Out to Kome saying, wow, this is a late live. Please react to Olakira featuring Davido with Maserati. Yeah, Kome, I had nothing else to do this evening, so I thought I'd jump onto one of these and, get into a conversation, get into a bit of a discuss some new music. I do enjoy talking to all of you. Out to Gio joining us as as well. Good to see ya. Good to see all the regulars in, as always is. As always, though, guys, please make sure you do throw a like on the video. I'm going to keep saying it because the more of you that do it, the more people will be able to get into the stream. And it's always enjoyable to get more people into these and get some conversation flowing in the chat as well. Really liking the sounds of this one. How are we feeling about it in the chat? Please do let me know. Again, I'm not entirely familiar with Amere, but I'm loving the vocal texture she brings. Very, very clean vocals. The layering, again, it does remind me quite a lot of Simi. A lot of her vocal tones are in a similar kind of range. And the harmonizing as well. Very, very similar. But it's cool. Really like it. Wicked rhythms again. Again, that sort of rolling guitar line underneath, really, really smooth. I'm really enjoying this one. It's a wicked way to kick off the show. Out to Horror Queen for suggesting this one. Out to all the regulars joining us, TA. Out to Tolu and Kome and Gio, always here for these streams, and it's always good to see all of you here. Out to Oliapo as well. We are going to get into that Asher tune after this next one, but let me know what you're feeling about this one in the chat, people. Do let me know. Let me know if you enjoyed it. I've just randomly clicked my keyboard. But yeah, there's something very pleasing about the arrangement on this one, man. It does have this very kind of lively feel to it. Again, the percussion drives it forward. Really nice use of harmonic structure, allowing more than anything else for Amere's vocal to kind of shine through. I've said it a couple of times about tunes. Sometimes you don't need a super packed out instrumental. Sometimes you can just let the vocal shine and give it that depth, and this is a really good example of that in action. But yeah, on around 1 million views, came out in November 2018, so around 3 years ago. Solid tune. Great start to the show. Out to each and every one of you locking in right about now. But we are going to get into our second track. Thank you to Horror Queen for suggesting that one. How is everyone's Christmas looking? Christmas is looking. How are we feeling? How are your holiday plans? I finish work tomorrow. Officially, I'm recording my last show tomorrow for breakfast, and then I am off for a week. I am going to be on YouTube though. Doing little random bits, and I'm going to be doing a few videos here and there, but I won't be uploading super regularly over the Christmas break. I'm going to have a little bit of time off, but we are going to still try and push for that 17k before Christmas. That is the new target. The original target was 15k. Then we hit that really early in November, and then following that, we then ended up hitting 16k, and now we're on the road to 17k. We're only 400 away, so we can definitely do it with your help. So please do spread the word about what we're trying to achieve. On top of that, though, we are going to get into our next one. So NSG Headliner. Now, I have been playing this one on radio, but I haven't done an official reaction to it yet. Adverts always getting me. Out to Oliapo saying this song is nice. Kome saying I like it. I really like it. I like the clapping. Again, rhythms on it are great, man. The percussive level, percussive processing more than anything else. It's not overbearing. It's exactly where it needs to be. We are going to kind of react to around sort of 2 to 2.5 minutes of each tune, just so we can fit as many in as we can. Again, we're already a quarter of the way through the stream, so thank you to each and every one of you joining us right about now. Throw a like on the video. But let's get into this one then. NSG with Headliner. As I said, I've been running this one on the breakfast show. Out to TA for suggesting this one. Massive fan of NSG. They are the kind of certified hit makers right now. Like they very rarely seem to miss with what they're doing. It's so rare that you actually see them put a tune out and it not have either a very catchy hook, a very catchy feature, or a very catchy dance routine. Everything they do is catchy. It's almost infectious, the energy they bring to tunes, and I really like the way they set up. Obviously, as a group, there's a lot of them. They all still find time on tunes for verses, and there's always that energy rolling throughout. I don't think I've actually seen the official video for this one yet, though. But yeah. Let's get into this one. Merch coming soon. Mugs, £2, maybe. We'll see if you're lucky. I'm joking. You know what? That was £2 with that little canvas thing in the background. I just wanted something for the background of the camera angle, shall we say? I can't really say it's a studio. It's my room. I mean, it looks like a studio this way, but that way it doesn't. Out to YC saying new rhythm is a bit of a vibe. Gio, sorry, saying YC new rhythm is a bit of a vibe. We'll get into that one as well, bro. It's good to see him. Let's get into this one though. NSG with Headliner. The official video, at least. Their videos are always so dynamic as well. They love to use those sort of one-shots, those extended kind of three-way cuts.
Yeah, we are era boys, you understand? A group, a collective, this is our moment. This is our time.
It's a really cool intro, man.
Nigeria and Ghana to the headline stages. We are lawless people that push boundaries and shift culture.
It's true, bro. I'll tell you what, out of anyone in the UK kind of pushing, again, an international kind of Afrobeat influence sound, I don't think there are many people that are doing it to the same level as NSG. If I'm being entirely honest, man, they are smashing it over here. I'm seeing kind of sell-out tours around the world. Like, I'm seeing them perform in different countries. Everyone in the UK knows NSG. Like, they have made bangers. Options is kind of considered a unilateral banger you can play at any point in time and people will enjoy it. I'm watching their progression, obviously, off the back of the Roots album as well. That did absolute bits. And then from there, obviously, it's moved forward a little bit and they're now kind of focusing more on single structure in the lead up to a new project. Again, it's so cool to see. They'd had the collaboration with Pato recently as well. We reacted to that one on the last live. And it's wicked to see their progression so far. We're going to get into the tune in a second. Out to Gio saying, I don't think you've reacted to much YC yet. I don't think I have. I think we may have done one tune, and that was on a live stream, so we're going to make sure we get into it. That's the beauty of doing these live streams at the end of the day. It does give us the opportunity to dive into stuff that I wouldn't necessarily catch just from the comments. So yeah, let's go.
This didn't come easy. We worked for this. From the bedroom studio, home studio records things, to the main stage, the richest reach.
This is so cinematic, man.
We run the show. We are winners. Love culture. Hunger.
Your headliners. This is our city. Our people. Our culture.
This is the era, boys. NSG. This is our agenda.
It's a really cool intro, man. The fact they've got a whole minute and 4 seconds literally just doing this kind of intro, sweeping, kind of discussing what they're all about. It kind of summarizes what NSG are, man. They are a group of superstars as far as I'm concerned. The way they are all very much in tune with what each other are doing. It never feels like they crowd things out either. Like sometimes when you've got a group of like 4 or 5 people, it can often be a case of trying to fit everyone onto the tune at once. They never give off that impression. They always seem like they've got enough room on the tunes, the way they construct everything to get everyone involved. And that's an energy I really like. And as I said before, they are definitely a real leading light over here currently.
Hot boss backstage cause I'm the headline. Now you
go, Foreplay.
Stick on the pressure. Dark shades in the middle of December. What's your name? Yeah, I probably will remember. Want me back by my daily offender. Me be a failure. Back to sender.
Yeah, you know what?
So crack, never so the member.
Let's get a little shout out for Foreplayer, bro. This guy he is in the same bracket as J5 as I'm concerned for sort of UK hitmakers. We all know J5 is one of those hitmakers. Everything he does tends to be a hit. The thing is, Foreplay is exactly the same. He doesn't get put on the same level for some reason, but I think without a shadow of a doubt, whenever you hear an NSG tune, 9 times out of 10 it's Foreplay on production. There are a few that obviously aren't, but the majority are made by Foreplay. And again, he's made bangers for so many other heads as well. The consistency in his instrumental structures are absolutely crazy. The kind of constant switch-ups, the movement around those kick drums, it's keeping it unpredictable. Obviously, the little kind of splatters of saxophone riffs and things like that as well. Crazy. I love the direction on this one, man.
My bros from the HMP. Your life you live like the HTC. No, they fight no UFC. My bro just frame like KXVU. Now they call in emergency.
Again, the panning on the vocals, the amount of things that are just sweeping around. This is crazy, bro. Come on. When did NSG last miss? Like, someone in the chat, please tell me, when did NSG last miss? I can't remember them ever missing. They may have had a couple of tunes that weren't, like, as lively as other bits that have kind of been out there. But realistically, I can't remember the last time they missed. Realistically, I think they are so cold with what they do, so consistent with the releases as well. It's awesome, to be honest with you. Like the way they are constantly putting out new bangers, the way they are constantly kind of switching up the style as well. It never really stays stagnant. They use a lot of similar kind of formulaic approaches, but it never sounds stagnant. Out to John Brown joining us, saying Vibes Cartel, Sociopath. We can get into that one a little bit later on. Out to K Discipline joining us with the fire emojis. How are we feeling about this one in the chat, chat, people. Are we feeling this one? Is this one that we'd put onto the upper echelons of what NSG do? Let's get some fire emojis in the chat if we are feeling this one. I'm a big fan of the sounds of this one. Let's get some fire emojis into the chat. But yeah, if you are feeling this one, get some fire emojis in there. Why is it so difficult to... There we go. Honestly, I'm turning into a boomer, and I don't like it. Technology is running away, even though this is the simplest thing. Yeah, let's crack on.
She just wanna off pan. I'll be lying if I said that I didn't touch that. I just stepped in all black. These are no Timberlands, but I'm bringing 6 back. Tiki-taka, yeah, we ball like Barca, yeah. DNA then after
the riffs.
Hot boss backstage, cause I'm the airline. Now you want diamonds, stick on the pressure. Dark shades in the middle of December.
It's the other thing about it, bro. It's the... There we go. Fire emojis all over the gap. It's the fact that all of them have this this super kind of feel of unison. Like, none of them feel like they're kind of OTT. They all feel like they are perfectly aligned with what each other, with what's going on. Out to the people throwing the fire emojis in the chat. John Brown, K Discipline, Kome enjoying this one, Oli Ipo enjoying this one as well. This is a banger. We're going to let it run for a little bit longer and then get into another one, because we're starting to get a fair few reactions and requests in, so we need to make sure we're running through them. But again, NSG, the ultimate hit makers in the UK right now. It's crazy.
Never saw that member. Party up in Lagos. Staring at me, come my dress code outrageous. Yeah, I need my girl moving spontaneous. Being broke must be contagious.
It's a wavy jacket though.
Drunk, fell asleep in Moschino. I can love that who I hope she knows. Don't want that boy around me, no. Step to no black like I'm I'm billing it. She pop my lid. Can't believe it. She's so happy. My enemy.
Again, man. Even everything about 4Play's production is what is special to me. Like, whenever I hear an NSG tune, I hear that 4Play on the intro, it's special. And it always ends up being special. I don't know how he is so consistent with these bangers. Like, he produces for Kia Keys as well. And there's a few other people in the UK I've heard him do bits for. Will the live be saved? Yes, John Brown. The live will be saved. As long as it doesn't get hit by copyright, we should be good. The WizKid one did get hit by copyright, but we were able to chop bits of that up. All of the individual reactions in some way, shape, or form will make their way online, though. That's what I will try to do. Out to KXVU joining us this evening, saying, could you react to Brienne and Tyla? I will give it a go. As I said, we're getting through a lot right about now. Out to Gio saying, I hope we just don't get too familiar with NSGs, because it feels like they release songs every week. You know what? It's not a bad point. I think what they are very good at doing is going on little runs. With NSG, what they tend to do is when they're in the lead up to an album, they'll put a track out kind of every 2 weeks for a period of like 2.5 months. So it'll feel like they've put loads and loads of tunes out. Then the album will drop. And then on top of that, when the album actually drops, they then have a sort of like 3 to 4, 5 month cool off period. Whatever they do, their formula works. But I definitely know what you're saying exactly. You don't want to become normalized to how consistent they are. You know what? There's an artist in the UK called P Money. Now for me, he has always been like the top echelon in grime. He's been one of the top names in grime near enough since he started, in my opinion. I've always seen him in that way. Now when you kind of look at him, I mean, I know a lot of people do this. He never seems to get mentioned in that top bracket. And I honestly think the reason for that is because he is so consistent and always has been, that we're almost normalized to him being that good. Everyone else in that sort of top section has had kind of ups and downs and lefts and rights and like different directions, whereas P Money's always been at the top. And I know it's not the same as NSG because it's different artists and it's a different genre entirely, but I definitely feel you can be too good. And you can be too consistent. I definitely think that is a thing. Not a very common thing, but definitely do think it is a thing. Out to everyone joining us. Out to K Discipline saying Fawo, Rush Hour, German Afro song, fire dance video as well. Very, very nice. Out to IK Fuego saying 4Play is a production group. I did not know it was a production group. Is it more than one person? I didn't know that. I thought it was just a solo. I thought it was a solo producer. Mad, I didn't know that. Thank you. I was not aware of that. They released a project recently. Crazy. I might have to check that out a little bit later on. Crazy stuff. I was not aware. All right then. Out to Olayapo. Please make sure. Let me know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. I think it's Olayapo, or Olayapo. One of the two. Again, apologies. My enunciating of things I'm reading is absolutely awful. I didn't read enough as a child. Madness. One of my main jobs is being a journalist. I don't really understand how that happened, but there we go. Next up on the listing, then this one came out a couple of years ago. Came out a couple 4 years ago. I've just seen the comment. KXVU saying, yeah, it's about 4 people. I don't know if you're being sarcastic or not. Because that sounds like something I would say if I was being sarcastic. But if it is 4 people, that's crazy. I wasn't aware it was a full group. Because again, it makes sense because the consistency is so high. Out to Olakira saying, yeah, you're right. Phew, thank you. So, again, apologies if my pronunciation is terrible. But yeah, let's get into this one then. Another reaction on tonight's stream. Asher with Murder in the USA. I only recently became aware of Asher. I was actually... I was watching Palm Wine Pappy's stream the other night, and Asher had a new one out, which I've actually been playing on the breakfast show. I think it's called Mayana. I think it's called something like that. And I've been playing it ever since I heard it on that show, and I've tried to dive into the sort of stuff. So yeah, definitely excited to get into this one. Out to OGD and KXVU saying OGD from NSG is part of Foreplay. That makes sense. Okay, right. There we go. It's all getting nice. Right then, guys, if you are locked in and you are enjoying the stream, I can see how many of you there are. Make sure you spend a couple of seconds right about now scrolling over and hitting the like button on the video. It makes a massive difference to the streams if all of you do hit that like button. It makes a massive difference to more and more people being able to get involved. More and more people will see the stream pop up on their timelines and on their YouTube timelines and on their YouTube recommended. So each and every one of you right about now, go over and hit that like button. I know I keep asking, but it does make a massive difference. And yeah, I'm trying to get as many people in here as we can so we can enjoy these tunes together, which is the whole point of this music lark, if I'm being entirely honest with you. But yeah, let's get into this one then. The sounds of Asher with Murder in the USA. If you are new, hit the subscribe button as well. But yeah, let's go. So we have a concept video. Out to Brent the Caesar, saying please react to Gone Girl by SARS. We shall add it to the list. So, okay, the plausibility, crazy. Out to Asher. This is looking very exciting, man. A film by Cezanne, Murder in the USA. Film Factory presents. Is this actually a film, or is it like I'm assuming it's a tune. Out to Eamon Hellberg saying please react to more of Rayvani's songs. It's on the way. The requested list is very high right now on the actual requested series that we're running. We're trying to get a couple of videos up each day, but there are more Rayvani tunes on the way. Sorry, I got bit of guess, but yeah, let's crack on with this one. Very almost indie sounding.
Happened so fast, I can't recall.
She's got a wicked voice, man.
Policemen everywhere, nowhere to run.
Again, from what I've heard from Asher, this definitely doesn't sound like what I've heard so far. Definitely has a very kind of cinematic feel to the way her vocals are landing. You can hear a lot of delicacy, a lot of kind of vibrato in the low end of her voice as well. She's got a really nice vocal texture. It fills a room. It fills a recording sound. Really like the actual vocal performance on this one so far. Again, the instrumental very much focusing on acoustic guitars. Very kind of stripped back immediately. A lot more of a kind of indie singer-songwriter kind of ideal for this one. But I'm interested to see where it goes.
It took a while, but I came out of hiding with my hands up.
Let's bring those pop keys in.
You know what's good for you, coming out with your hands up. I've been running, can't run no more. Got blood on my hands. Yeah, who's gonna save me now? I shot my lover and I run away.
You can definitely hear the experience in her voice as well, man. This is like, she sounds so seasoned. Like, she sounds like this is another day at the office for her. Like, that's not taking away. She just sounds so comfortable. KXVU saying this is Asher's comfort zone. It sounds like it is. I can't lie. Like, My Honor's a wicked tune, but this definitely sounds like she is comfortable in this kind of zone. This very sort of singer, songwriter, almost ballad-like in the way the tune comes together. Out to Koimo saying I like her in Mr. J. Jayla, and I think Fire on the Mountain. 2 more I definitely need to add to the list then. I definitely trust your opinion. Out to K Discipline with the fire emojis, as always. Let's get some fire emojis in the chat if we are enjoying this one.
Who's gonna save me now? Who's gonna help me now? I shot my lover and I run away. Didn't mean it to go this way.
It's definitely not the sort of zone I would normally gravitate towards. But there is no denying that she is exceptionally good. Like, the thing for me, this is very much the sort of thing you would hear on maybe like the outro to, do you know what, it's not even an outro. This is definitely the sort of tune that you would hear used in like a crime drama or something like that, when people are kind of looking out the windows trying to sort out their lives or something like that. It has a very strong emotional feel in the way the vocals are sitting. You can hear that kind of delicacy in her performance as well. It definitely sounds like it's an important tune to her. The way she's projecting the seasoned tonality to her voice, the way she's able to convey emotion through her vocal tones. People seem to think that when you actually go to sing, you sing one way and that's it. Like, that's your voice. You can do so much with slight inflections and slight variations to really project that idea of emotion. And she seems like she's got that down to a T.
It all happened so fast with Cam and Don. We just made love and we're secure. And then my phone started ringing. You saw her name and got crazy.
I mean, if we're breaking it down on a musical level, like, there isn't that much that's super like new here. Again, it came out in 2019, which isn't going to take away from it, but obviously it is very much of the time a couple of years ago. Very emotional. Out to IK Fuego saying it's defo a synchronization friendly song. 100%. I can hear this on so many things. Something like Broadchurch or something like that, where there's like bits where they're all kind of looking out windows and trying to work out how they're feeling and things like that. It definitely has that kind of big sort of cinematic feel to it, which is, again, it's why it's probably called Murder in the USA. It's why it's got this big video around it. Musically, again, there isn't that much we haven't heard before. Like, it is very sort of typical, quite pop ballady, but she's doing a wicked job on the vocals. She's kind of taking it away from sounding corny or recycled or cookie cutter. Her vocals are definitely the thing that's dragging this one forward. We'll listen through to about 3 minutes of this one, because I don't want to miss like a big crescendo if there is one at the end.
Because I didn't love you. Now I'm in trouble. Big trouble. Blood on my hands.
That would really hurt your arm.
Who's gonna save me now? I shot my lover and I run away. Committed murder in the USA.
The video is very vivid as well.
Who's gonna help me now? I shot my lover.
Horrible stuff in the video currently, of course. Oliapo saying check her album Lucid, it's dope. I think I might have to, you know. It might be one of those ones I have to sit and listen to when I'm out on a long day traveling or something like that, or walking about, or maybe when I'm just at home relaxing. That might be a good time to listen to it. I don't know. Where would you say the best place to listen to the album would be? Because it's definitely one I feel I should take in on long play, just for the kind of subject matter she's very clearly able to touch on quite easily. Out to Eamon Hellberg saying please react to the best female rapper in Africa, Rosa Ree, Up in the Air. I will add that to the list. We'll see how many we can get through. Wow, we're already over halfway through tonight's stream. It's crazy.
And I run away. Didn't need to go this way. No,
It's an awesome vocal performance.
You and I, we were meant to be. Still in love, going strong in the perfect world. 'Cause I've been seeing you soon now.
Again, it almost has like it definitely feels like a tune that was maybe made for a film or maybe made for a series. That's definitely the vibe I'm getting from it. Again, as IK said in the chat earlier, very kind of sync friendly in the way it's been put together. But yeah, I very much enjoy this one. I love the fact those strings are kind of rolling in now, giving it that very sort of typical ballad-like edge. But yeah, wicked suggestion. We are going to finish up on this one because I've just realised we've got so many to get through. We're going to cut the time down to 2 minutes a tune now. That is what we're cutting them down to. This is why you get into the chat early. You get longer reactions to your tunes if you are locking locking in for the first time. The second you see we're live, lock in. That's the best way to do it. Right, so out to Tolu. I'm going to go to your first suggestion first. The sounds of Tyla with Getting Late. Out to the locked in crew each and every time. If you are new to the stream, make sure you are hitting that like button. It makes a massive difference. And I'm going to keep asking. Each and every time, I'm going to ask. Right, so this one has... Right. Okay, cool. 5 minutes. 5 minute tune. We're going to do around 2.5 minutes of this one just because I want to make sure we are getting through as many as we can. Out to the locked in crew each and every time. It's great to have so many of you with us. How are your evenings going? How are your Christmases looking? Like, what are people up to over the next few days? Obviously, we are moving towards the end of the year. What are people's plans for the holidays? I hope everyone is doing well as well. How's everyone's day been? More than anything else. Let's get some conversation going. I'm keen to hear from each and every one of you. It's great to have you in this late night conversation. My online friends, as it were. But yeah, let's get into this one. Tyla with Getting Late. This one featuring Cool Drink, suggested by Tolu. Let's go. I always love a ticking clock, man. A ticking clock as rhythm is always good. It's always a really cool rhythmic element to use. Okay. So I see where we're going. I presume with this one we're diving down a much more sort of Amapiano inspired route. I'm assuming that's the direction we're going, rather than it being rather than a different sort of direction. But you can definitely hear it with those syncopated horns slowly rolling in. Again, the rhythm, the kind of tempo of the rhythm we're getting off that ticking clock is obviously like a again, very sort of typical. Again, it almost sounds like the syncopated horns you get in a lot of Amapiano tunes. But let's see where we go. Big room. What are we going to get? We're going to get a full minute of intro by the sounds of it. Okay. I see you, Tony.
Baby, I know it's getting late.
Woo. This sounds very clubland, man. This definitely sounds like you could throw it down in any club. Like, any club and you're going to get people up and bouncing. It does have that big sort of cinematic build-up, very atmospheric. It definitely has a kind of euphoric feel across the build-up as well. Those very sort of classic dance music in general snares, those big, over-compressed kind of smashing snares running across the run-up. We're now in this kind of middle bridge before the lead breakdown. Obviously, it's a 5-minute tune. I'm assuming because there was a lyric video underneath that was 4:30, the 30 seconds at the end is almost like just outro, kind of almost behind the scenes footage. I presume that's normally what it is on these. But this is sounding wicked. Let's see where we end up. Again, fire emojis in the chat if we are feeling this one. K-Discipline, very much enjoying this one. Let's go. Almost reminds me of Disclosure. The sort of vocal reverbs and stuff. Very Disclosure-esque.
I know it's getting late, and you don't want no way. But I won't waste your time, and
this is huge. Like, I won't lie, this is a tune that I would play in like a almost like a tech house set. Like, it definitely has that big ambient kind of build-up feel. Like, this is sounding wicked, man. Again, wicked suggestion. Tyla, I think this is the first time reacting to Tyla. There's been a lot of new reactions tonight, I've got to say. Reacting to new people. Again, which is one of my favourite parts about doing these live streams, the fact that we're able to kind of discover new artists and songs that I would have missed from artists as well. Yeah, very much enjoying the sounds of this one. Let's see where we go. Are we going to have a room shaker? I feel we might get a room shaker. In the new year, by the way, I'm going to get a sound pad that we can use for this show. I'm going to plug one of my controllers in, and we are going to get some sound effects going on the stream. That's going to happen.
So I'ma take my time and all I wanna ask is
I love those rolling logs, man. It's a cool video as well. Dance routines are wicked. She definitely has a kind of a pop star kind of feel to her. She definitely feels like she's quite accessible again. This is definitely a kind of a twist on the sort of typical Amapiano sound. That sort of rolling transition always gets me because it's not like a typical, I suppose, Western style dance music drop where you get this big kind of breakdown. With this, it almost just kind of rolls over. It kind of shuffles into the breakdown. It feels very kind of central dancing. It feels like a tune you kind of zone out to by yourself to in a group of people. Like you'd go to a dance, you'd find your zone, and you'd dance in your zone. Similar to be honest, similar to how a lot of tech house sounds. It's not like a big room kind of anthem where everyone's kind of holding hands and jumping around together. This is you find your zone and you boogie and you have a good time, unless you're catching a wine, of course, but that's a whole different story. But yeah, this sounds wicked, man. I'm loving the overall feel of it. The vocals great as well. Yeah, let's see where we go. Vocals remind me of like Cassie or someone in that kind of bracket. Woo! Almost kind of rolling with that. It's almost like that log drum plays the part of what an organ chord would play in organ house or old school UK garage, like that sort of dum 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 dum, or like dem 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 dem, like all of these classic melodies in sort of classic dance music that are built up around sort of 2 or 3 notes. I feel that log drum sound is almost playing that particular role in this tune. It normally plays more of a kind of unpredictable role, but in this one it definitely feels like that is where the melody sense is coming from. The melody is actually coming from the bass line on this, which is crazy. Again, those sweeping vocals around the top, really like the sound of those, giving it a very kind of Disclosure-esque kind of feel. This was a wicked suggestion, man. Out to Tolu for suggesting this one. Kome saying, where are they from? Tolu says Tyla is from South Africa. Again, as far as I'm aware, the Amapiano sound is pretty much a South African sound. Again, I'm assuming there are other roots to it as well, but it definitely feels like it's being kind of widely advertised as South African house. That's the way it's kind of been seen over here in the UK, at least. But again, I'm assuming there are other routes and other sort of avenues into how it's kind of spawned. That's K Discipline saying the bass and shakers are wicked. Yeah, bro, I love the bass line on this. It's crazy. We'll give it one more run and then we'll get into the next one because we've got to get we've got to do at least a couple more, surely. I love that though. Sick. Definitely need to check out some more Tyla. Woo! There we go. You know what? We're going to save the rest of that one. You can go and watch the video yourself after the stream finishes. Go throw some love on this one. A wicked tune from Tyla, Getting Late. How are we feeling about this one in the chat, people? Throw some fire emojis up if we are feeling this one. Let's see if I can get some of these in here. You know what? I know Palm Wine does the polls on each video, and I'm so tempted to do it, but I feel like that's his thing, and I don't want to steal it. If you haven't checked out a Palm Wine Pappy stream, go and check them out. He does them quite late on a Friday normally. He does a new music Friday stream and looks through all of the latest bangers. Basically, he does them every Friday evening. Go and check out a Palm Wine stream if you haven't already. We're going to be doing a bit of a link up soon video-wise, which should be very enjoyable. But yeah, get some fire emojis in the chat if we are feeling this one. I'm a big fan. The sounds of Tyla with Getting Late. Right, what's next on the listings then? Kome with the next suggestion, which is Olakira featuring Davido with Maserati. I like Olakira. I've done a couple of tunes from her on the main channel. Got to say the main channel. I have one channel. I don't know how people manage to like navigate numerous channels on YouTube, man. Whenever I do it, I'm just here like I don't know how you can. You put it all on one. Surely you put it all on one. But there we go. Right then, chat. K Discipline saying a strong arm emoji with 3 fire emojis. Amon Hellberg saying fire emojis as well. Tolu with the fire emojis. IK fire emojis as well. I've got a funny feeling the chat are feeling this one. I'm a big fan. But there we go. This one. Okay, the next one on today's list then, the sounds of Olakira. This one is the Maserati remix featuring Davido. I think I've reacted to one Olakira tune, which I really, really liked on the channel before. Interesting to see the link up with Davido. We're going to get into this one right about now. IK Fuego saying, how do I juggle YouTube and my day job radio? So, it's a good question. And I'll tell you what, I'll jump into this one now. So, when I first started doing radio full-time, I think it was 2018, when I first started doing radio full-time, I got offered the job on The Breakfast Show for a station where I am, called Trickstar Radio, which is based in Brighton, but it covers the whole of the south coast of England with DAB. They invited me on to do The Breakfast Show, and I made like a very conscious effort to try and get as many interviews as I could, and try and get like as much sort of interview footage as I could. Early on, obviously, I didn't really have the camera skills. I didn't really have I didn't really have much support by way of cameras, because obviously it's a radio station in 2021. There are kind of limited budget things with what you can do. You have to kind of try and make the most of your own content. So I saved up, basically, got myself a DSLR, and started putting a camera on a stand, and then started getting interviews in, and started getting saved up for another camera, basically put another camera on another stand, and then basically had two cameras on there. I then kind of learnt how to do the edits, and I actually started the YouTube channel basically by putting YouTube videos up more than anything else. Like by basically putting videos of the interviews I used to do up. I used to sync all the audio up with the two people. So essentially the YouTube channel started off doing radio and me kind of looking for somewhere to basically put the content that we were interviewing the artists with. It's all well and good just uploading audio, but sometimes people want the visual, and especially in 2021, people want the visual aid for what they're doing. And then on top of that as well, obviously lockdown then happened worldwide, and I started hosting my show from home. And what I actually did was I ran the Breakfast with Kovu show from this room with this set. It wasn't the same setup. I've upgraded it loads since then. But because I couldn't get into the actual radio studio to do the show, I would stream it live the day before. And then the recording, I would then upload to the system on the actual station, and then the actual show would go out a day later. So you used to be able to lock in the day earlier if you came onto the YouTube channel. And that's how Brecky in the Cave happened. And now I'm back in essentially full time. I'm currently working from home because we're in a transitional phase, but it's not that difficult. Again, a lot of the content that actually used to go up onto the channel was recorded on the show anyway. A lot of kind of album reviews went up. I did obviously the Spice one, the Alkaline review, which did quite well. We did a kind of full listen of Jules' album, myself and Pedro and Edu. We did a full listen of the Drake album as well that landed recently, and filmed all of that. A lot of the content that I do on radio actually ends up on this channel as well, because I retain the rights to my content for my show. So yeah, that's the kind of plan moving forward, especially in 2022 when we move into our new studio space, which I've got a big hand in designing to make it kind of video accessible. We're going to be basically having a lot of the guests on radio are going to be kind of relevant to this channel. Like we had Ayra Star on towards the end of last year. We had Salty Soul on. We had Mackie 2 on. Again, massive Zambian artist, if for those that don't know about Mackie 2. We had Jay Trigger on. Again, I'm a big fan of what Jay Trigger does. We had Jay Anthony on. We then also had Spinall on at the start of the year as well. We were meant to get Stoneboy, but it couldn't quite work out. But again, I'm constantly looking to get new interviews in place. We're meant to have potentially an interview with Ladipo on the way as well, if things kind of line up properly. But that's the sort of plan moving forward. There will be a lot more content from the show on the YouTube. So how I balance them is I do the show in the morning and then I do YouTube in the evening. That's the kind of plan, and work my life around that. But there we go. Thanks for asking, IK. Let's get into this one then. Well, I'll stop waffling. Honestly, Cub, you could waffle for England. Olakira with the Maserati remix. This one, the official video featuring Davido. Let's get into it right about now.
You and I.
Yeah. Olakira, baby.
This is my jam, bro. This is my
hop
cover.
in my Maserati. Baby, hop in my Maserati. I said hop in my Maserati. Hop in my Maserati.
Rhythms are wicked.
See you go down.
There's something about those kind of organic drum sounds on this. Really, really, really love the sounds of this one, man. Again, those kind of sweeping saxophone sounds running throughout the heart give it such a kind of really cool widened feel. The saxophones really do give it depth, and obviously with the kind of scattered percussion underneath, again, nice use of kind of claps and clavs. There's some congas in there as well, from what I can tell. The overall sound of this one sounds fantastic, and again, the lead vocal from Olakira sounds wicked as well. I'm interested to see what what Davido does to this, because this sounds like a slap. Out to Eamon saying fire emojis and also saying, oh man, that was a lot of activity to carry on. Congratulations, buddy. Big up. Thank you. Thank you for getting involved in the live streams. I do like doing these. I'm going to try and live stream more content from the breakfast show moving forward as well. We'll have the ability to do it once everything's set up.
Yeah, say me, I love the way you
It'll be very early though.
hop in my Maserati, baby, hop in my Maserati, and I just wanna see you right. Somebody needs somebody. My body, your body. I'm more check
The thing I really like about this, again, the kind of pockets that are being generated off the back of that guitar line, really nice kind of plucks and kind of maneuvers and grooves underneath the lead line, really, really smooth. Love the way this one comes across, and it gives you those extra kind of rhythmic pockets to kind of ride on top of from a vocalist perspective. Very, very cool approach on that one. Again, I feel like we're about to jump into the Davido insert. He's just made an appearance in the video. Let's see where we go. Also, guys, if you are locking in, and you haven't already, like the video. I'm saying please, this second, go and like it. It takes half a second. Thank you.
Would somebody tell Shawty what to
Oh, it's that type of Davido vocal. Okay.
I'm Mr. Keep it on 100. Girl, I'm ready if you're ready. Last get it to Yankee for this pandemic. Girl, I get it all on me.
When did this come out?
I feel to be your garment, me. I wanna
Last year, okay.
For
So, a moderately tame Davido vocal, I feel. I don't know if that's fair to say. I think that's quite fair to say. Quite a tame Davido vocal across the intro. What I like from Davido is when he kind of hits that Super Saiyan mode. You know, where he starts just kind of going like, up and down scales and has the grittiness to his voice. That's the Davido I really like to hear. This sounds moderately tame, but I think it does fit the tune. I think it's quite easy more than anything else. It's quite easy with tunes like this to kind of go, cool, let's just kind of ride along with it. But I think he's doing just enough to make it work. What do you think in the chat? Do we think he's kind of fulfilling what he should be doing on a Davido feature with this one?
You know I got to take the car keys. For the Maserati, you get naughty. For the Lamborghini,
He could go off in a second. I don't know. Let's just stop the intro.
Oh, baby, choose what you wanna cruise in. I buy you shoes, probably Jimmy Choo. And I like the way
It's tidy. It is tidy.
So up in my Maserati. Baby, up in my Maserati.
It's a proper shoulder roll of a tune, isn't it?
Up in my Maserati. Girl, I wanna see you go down. Say me, I love the way you bend body. Up in my Maserati.
Yeah, it's smooth, man. It is smooth. Again, I feel the majority of the best bits of the tune are actually the original. Rather than the feature, because obviously the feature brings Davido into the game, and I honestly feel when you get Davido on a feature, I want him to wow people more than anything else. I don't know, I feel slightly underwhelmed by Davido's verse so far, and I'm assuming he's going to pop up over the kind of outro and do some additional kind of ad-lib, and he's in the video, which means they were likely in a studio scenario together, which means he's had kind of time to play and add additional bits on, but I definitely think there was probably a bit more room to kind of play with vocals and play with kind of scales and play with vocal melodies more than anything else. But again, that's just my opinion. I've got into a bit of a position now where I know what I like from certain people. Like with Rema, I want to hear high-pitched vocals. With Wiz, I want to hear smooth stuff. With Burner, I want to hear the kind of intricacies and the flow patterns. Like it's I've got to that kind of level now where I kind of want certain things from certain artists. So even if I'm listening to The Weeknd, I want to hear... If I could, I just want to hear the trilogy, but again, anew. That's what I want to kind of hear from The Weeknd. So, I don't know if that's just something that comes with getting older in life, but we'll see.
Baby, up in my Maserati, and I just wanna see you right. Somebody needs somebody. My body, your body.
Again, the double ups sound cool. I'll give him the double ups. They sound cool.
Somebody needs somebody. My body, your body.
There we go. I think we'll pull time on that one there. Olakira, the Maserati remix featuring Davido. Gio saying the original is defo better. To be honest, I've heard the original, and I think I might agree with you, to be honest with you. I definitely think there's, I don't know, it feels like a remix that's been done for view's sake rather than the actual quality of the remix and what Davido adds to it. I don't really know what Davido does add to it. Out to Eamon saying, don't forget to react to Rosary Up in the Air. You know what? I'm going to add that name to the list of ones to watch. We do run a ones to watch series, which I've been slacking on recently. But it's basically looking at artists that we haven't reacted to before who are on the come up. I will make a conscious effort to do that this week. before Christmas. I definitely need to check out some more Tyla as well. Out to the locked in crew, how are we feeling about this one? Do we prefer the original or do we prefer the Davido version? Let me know in the chat. Right, moving into the next one. Gio, it is time for your suggestion. New rhythm, and then we've got one more to get into after this. So yeah, let's go. Are we all enjoying the stream this evening? I won't lie, I've very much enjoyed this one. I'm loving how interactive people are getting in the chat as well. That's what kind of gives me the energy. The more you guys get involved, the more we can talk about, the more we can discuss, the more directions we can kind of go in. I think we've got time for 2 more, so we'll get into this one, and then I'm going to pick I'm going to put a number or something. I'll work it out. We'll work out how we're going to pick the last one off the back of this. But that's the situation, people. If you are looking to get your tune reacted to in one of these live streams, get in the chat early. It's that simple. I don't really know when I'm going to go live a lot of the time. I just kind of find myself with a free hour and like to jump on. So do let me know what you would like to react to. But get in early. If you're in the first 5, it almost guarantees that you're going to be able to enjoy the... you're going to be able to get a reaction done, basically. I do add all the other ones to the list as well, and I do eventually get into them. But if you want it done here and there, get into the chat early. It's the best way to do. Right. So this one, YC with New Rhythm. I think we've reacted to one YC tune. Again, someone that I'm not super in-depth knowledge-wise about. This one's doing okay view-wise, though, by the looks of things. 1 million views. This one came out on the 18th of June. Very interesting stuff. But yeah, let's get into this one. Out to the locked-in crew each and every time. This video is really cool. New rhythm. That's a really cool thing to have in a music video. I don't know if it's just me, but that looks really cool to me. Having the saxophone there. Again, the kind of color grading of the background. I don't know if that's CG. Surely that's got to be CG. Like, who's just gonna have a random plank sticking out over the It's got to be CG, surely. Out to Brent the Caesar saying, please, Gone Girl should be one of the 2 songs. I am going to put a... Okay, here's what we're going to do. This is what we're going to do. This is what we're going to do. And this is what we're going to do. I'm just going to say it one more time. This is what we're going to do. I'm going to pick a number in my chat over here between 1 and 10. Okay? You get 1 guess. Whoever guesses the number correctly... gets to... It's already in there. I've already put my number in there. Whoever guesses the number correctly can choose the final song of the stream. Okay? So I've selected a number between 1 and 10. You all get 1 pick of a number. Whoever picks the same number that I've put in the chat will be... able to choose the final tune. So we're going to do it that way around, okay? So get your numbers in, and we'll see who gets the final pick. Out to Hon William G, say, Davido made the song more interesting, perfect messaging, lines were fun and catchy, listen uninterrupted. I will listen uninterrupted at some point, but that does kind of defeat the point of what we're doing here. We're here to kind of discuss it more than anything else. But I will take another listen. I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, you know I got vibe, you don't know. And I got a type, do you know? The type you never find in the news. Nice breast, thick thighs, you should know.
This sounds sick.
I like your position. Let me hold you like gypsum. And you know, say how they are your body.
I really like YC's vocal, man. I love the kind of thickness to his voice. There's a real kind of grisliness to the way he kind of projects on this. There's kind of like a kind of rumble in the low end of his voice that gives this one a lot of body and a lot of kind of impact with the way he lands. Slightly slower on the actual arrangement and musical layout for this one. And I think on top of that as well, I really like the fact that the instrumental's so stripped back. It's a lot slower. There's a lot more sort of space to kind of work with. I think YC's doing a wicked job over it, but this is definitely being carried by his vocal more than anything else.
Yeah, making us vibe the journey. I'm on don't beg. Pushing journey, pushing my journey. I'm on don't beg, you see my family. I'm on don't beg, you see my family. Pushing my journey. Money on my don't beg. Pushing journey, pushing my journey. I'm on don't beg, you see my family. I'm on don't beg, you see my family. Pushing my journey. It's up to you.
What a suggestion this was.
Baby, no one but you.
This is cold. This is really, really cold. YC, new rhythm. Again, the saxophone sounding fantastic. K-Discipline, loving the sounds of this one. Nice voice. That sax is fire. I'm pretty sure This was suggested by Gio. This is a wicked tune, wicked selection. I haven't reacted to much much YC, as you said beforehand. Definitely going to be someone I'm keeping an eye out on. Every time we do one of these live streams, I write all the names down from the suggestions, just so that I can then go and follow them and subscribe to them, so when they drop new music, they're on the radar, basically. That's what this whole thing is kind of about, being able to be as on the radar as possible and see as many different names as we can.
Baby, baby, no one but you. Baby, baby, no one but you. Said it's up to you and you. Baby, baby, no one but you. Baby, baby, no one but you. Baby, baby, no one but you.
Woo! Bro, I feel like I'm in a ballroom in 1950s in Chicago. This is a wicked tune, man. I'm loving the approach to the saxophone. I feel like I should be wearing a fedora and a yellow suit. Sat there drinking a single malt with a cigar. That's the kind of vibe that I'm getting off this tune in a smoky room, a smoky dark room, blue mood lighting. I should write music video briefs. That's what I should do. This sounds great, though, man. I think the use of instrumentation on this one is spectacular. Really like the fact that we are getting a lot of that saxophone. It's not just kind of dipped in here and there. It is a lead feature of the tune. Something that I always get a little bit annoyed at. It's something I like at the time, and in the long run, I go back and go, I wish there was more of it, is when people kind of sprinkle elements of saxophones into tunes. I definitely think with a tune like this especially, it's very important to get as much of that big sounding saxophone in there. It works so nicely alongside YC's vocal as well. Crazy. That's definitely green screening. Like that's green screen. There's no getting away from it. That is green screening. I was a little bit worried to begin with, going, am I losing my mind? It's definitely green screen. It's fine. Out to everyone suggesting numbers. One person has picked the correct number. Okay? So I'm going to reveal that after this tune.
Why you wanna act like you know I'm falling in love? Oh, no. Yeah, you want need to ask me for that rapper. I don't need for drama. And you know, say I don't care what holla. Oh, for me, love, you don't get me lit. I be your daddy, but mommy, bitch.
That little random... Oh, that's sick. That little chord stab in there as well. That's crazy. This adds so much kind of body to it, and I love the fact that this tune hasn't stopped developing the entire way through, despite the fact that the green screen is hilarious. It just looks a little bit silly more than anything else. The sounds on this sound fantastic, and again, the fact we're getting that very nice kind of metallic, shimmering chord just appearing halfway through, giving even more depth to the arrangement. Love the sounds of that kind of, again, making the tune evolve as we go. We'll give this one a little bit further, and then we'll get into the announcement of who's got the final tune. We're running competitions out here, baby. Percussion sounds so clean as well. This is cold, man. Again, she's outrageously attractive for one. But the thing that I like about this as well is the fact that there's an electronic edge to the voice with a very organic sounding backdrop. Now, from a sonic perspective, this shouldn't work. It should sound a little bit dissonant. The two kind of areas shouldn't mingle perfectly, but they really, really do. There's just enough kind of electronic edge on YC's vocal to make it work, and there's just enough kind of syncopation and just enough kind of, I suppose, snapping to certain rhythmic elements within the instrumental to make it work. This one produced by Smiley, according to KXVU. Thank you for that. Definitely someone I need to make sure I am checking out. Wicked tune. We are going to call time on it there. We're already 3 minutes over, so we are going to finish up with one more tune. One more tune. So, the number is in my chat. There we go. Just going to press enter. That was the number. So, I'm going to scroll up now and look. K Discipline is the person who gets to pick the final tune. So, when you are ready, let me know what you want the final tune to be. And then, once you have picked the final tune, we can then get into the we can then get into that tune, and then we'll round off with that one. Guys, it's been an absolute pleasure to talk to all of you this evening, and it's been great to have so many of you in the chat. It's been good fun having so many different conversations, a lot of different styles tonight as well. I'm loving this musical journey that we're able to go on, and I really do love the fact that so many people have tunes that absolutely slap that we're able to review together. It's so much fun. Just before we get into K Discipline's tune, before we get into his suggestion, let me know how you're feeling about this one in the chat. Let me know how we are feeling about this one in the chat. Get some fire emojis in there if we are enjoying this one. YC with New Rhythm. I am definitely going to throw some fire emojis in the chat. There we go. He's got the hang of it now. He's flying. Out to Hon William G. Greaves Jr. It's a wicked name. Saying, I meant after here, you'd appreciate it. This one is nice and smooth. Perfect instrumentals. Vocals could have done better. Too repetitive. Again, I agree with that. But yeah, I will definitely take another listen after the stream. I tend to listen back to everything anyway, once we have finished. But yeah, get some fire emojis in the chat if we are feeling that last one from YC. Some really good ones to kind of chop up here as well. And some new artists that I need to make sure I am checking out. Need to make sure I write all of these names down. Come on, Cub. You're an organised bean. You can definitely do it. So, this is going to be the final track of the day. I'll tell K Discipline here, Brian and Tyla. You know what? If you get into the chat next time around, I will put you a lot higher on the listing. Out to Walt Mojek saying, I enjoy your channel, fam. Great job with your reviews. Thank you for joining us. It's great to see so many people getting involved with the streams, and it's great to have so many of you involved. So thank you. Thank you more than anything else. I enjoy the fact that you're here on the live stream more than anything else. It's very gratifying. But there we go. This is going to be the final track of the day. K Discipline. I'll throw a subscribe on your channel on my normal channel a little bit later on. Featuring a Fawo. This one is Rush Hour. You cheeky devil. You've gone and put one of your own tunes on here. Cheeky devil. But there we go. We'll do this one to round up. Guys, this has been an absolute pleasure. It's great to talk to each and every one of you. Thank you. Salute, and we'll run this one now.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time.
As if you got the actual meme glasses. As if you got the actual meme glasses for the video. That's fantastic, man. That's proper caught me. You're Joker, bro. Joker. Crazy. Right, let's get into this. This sounds cool, though. I really like the sense of atmosphere. Okay. This is sounding breezy, bro. This sounds cool, man. Like, again, I love the kind of aggressive nature of the drums on this. This is cool. Like, really, really cool. The kind of gnarliness we're getting from that kind of atmospheric pit-like pad that's going around over the top. There's a lot of energy in the drums. A very kind of move-inspiring tune as well. Definitely one that you want to be moving around to. It's difficult to sit still to. Again, I'm glad you actually snuck this one in. I really like the direction. Video's clean as well, man. This is cool. Like, my kind of reference point to this would be a lot of, on a production level, would be a lot of UK funky stuff that came out, I suppose, 2018, 2017 through to about 2020. There was this kind of resurgence of UK funky, which had a real kind of similar vibe to this, in the sort of drum style choice, the kind of use of synthetics in the sort of pad textures as well, kind of very hypnotic, repetitive melodies. So, just to kind of clarify on this one, are you on the production side of things or vocal side of things? Just to clarify, because I haven't heard before, so please do let me know. K Discipline, is this your vocal or is it your production? I'm assuming it's your production. This is cool, man. Again, it's abstract, and I love it when we get into these much more kind of abstract zones. And again, it might not be abstract, it might just be abstract to my ears more than anything else. It might be that I'm very kind of ignorant to the sound. But this, to me, sounds really cool, man. Again, it reminds me of that sort of UK funky boom in the way that just the kind of arrangement. K-Discipline, your production. Wicked production, bro. This is sick. Can you send me this? Can you send me a radio clean? I think my email's on the YouTube page. Can you email me a radio clean of this, and I'll give it a spin on the breakfast show, man? This is wicked. This is the sort of thing I love to play in the morning as well. It proper like perks people's ears up. It gets them listening. It gets them kind of into a different zone they weren't expecting to be in. Stuff like this is literally very much the bag when I'm on the breakfast show a lot of the time. So please, if you've got a clean version of this, like radio friendly, please do send it over to me. That goes the same for everyone as well. If you are making music, if you have kind of links with musical people, please feel free to send me demos over for the breakfast show. Within the next couple of years, it will be one of the biggest shows in the UK without a shadow of a doubt. But yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Very good stuff. We'll give this one a little bit more of a run out, then I'm going to leave. Got editing to do.
24/7 rush hour. Mein Leben, mein Movie rush hour. Mach den Montag zu den Sonntag. Hol dein Girl ab mit dem Honda. Yolanda, Ronda, Wanda, Pocahontas. Bin nicht strange, bin nur anders.
Proper wicked use of pockets, man.
Spiel den Sandmann woanders. Power kommt aus Wakanda. I know go say anything if I know shit.
I don't know if it's just me, but I really enjoy when people use that, the kind of up and down vocal mix where you get the kind of higher pitched one octave up and then you get a pitch an octave down, and it gives it this really kind of devilish kind of feel, almost otherworldly. But yeah, this sounds wicked, man. Out to Kome saying, where are the artists from? Where are you from? I'm assuming you're asking K-Discipline that one, so I'll let K-Discipline answer. Because I say where I'm from all the time. From Brighton in the UK. I'm assuming you're not asking me on that one. But yeah, we'll let this one run for a little bit longer and then we shall finish up.
I don't go waste my time by my line 24/7. Let me show heaven. 24/7. Let me show heaven. 24/7. Let me auf der Kino-Leinwand. Kann mir, was mich heute noch flashen kann. Und morgens bis abends Rush Hour. Mein Leben Rush Hour.
Alright, there we go, my friends. We are going to let that one run quietly in the background, and we'll leave it as the backdrop for the video. However, that is it from us. It's been great to have so many of you in the chat with us this evening. I've really enjoyed the conversation. I've really enjoyed the different directions. And it's been great fun as well, having so many of you to have the conversations with. Really, really enjoyed this in general. Out to everyone who has joined us in the chat. I'm going to go back over everyone's names if I can. Out to Horror Queen, out to TA, out to Oliapo, out to Kome, out to Tolu, Gio joining us as well. John Brown, K Discipline in the chat. Also out to keep going through these. IK Fuego joining us. John Brown out to keep going through these names. Keep going through them. There's so many people. Out to Brent DeCesar as well. Out to Eamon Hellberg. Out to I'm sure there was a few more people in here as well. Out to TK as well. Out to Hon William G. Greaves Jr. Again, a fantastic name, I've got to say. There we go. I think that's everyone in there. Right, guys, that's it from me. It's been great to speak to so many of you. It's been great to have these conversations, as always, and I will see you, I think, on Friday at 3 p.m. I think that's when the next stream will be. I know people are likely to be at work, but it is Christmas Eve. I have got other things on. I've got a very exciting shoot, which I will announce. Oh, hello, Walt Mojek. I knew there was someone else in there. Thank you for joining us, Walt Mojek. Thank you for joining the club. It's great to have a new streamer in here with us. Great stuff. Thank you for getting involved. But yes, a little announcement for all of you. I don't know if they want me to announce this, but we are going to be filming a very special end-of-year project. You in the live stream are the only people who currently know about this, so thank you for sticking around right to the end. Yes, I am going to be putting together a very exciting project with Just Vibes and Palm Wine Pappy. That is going to be filmed on Friday. I won't let you know exactly what it is, but the three of us are linking up for a very special video that all three of us are collaborating on. Obviously, we all react to a similar kind of sound. We all kind of go on the journey together, and it's going to be a very enjoyable thing to film, so I am very excited. Look out for that later on in the year. I think Vibes is going to be the one editing it all. We're sending the footage over to her. So yeah, please do look forward to that one. I hope everyone does have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year as well if we don't see you before. But do remember, Friday 3 p.m. is when the next live stream will be. And also, don't forget, we are going to be sat here ready for the premiere of that Ed Sheeran remix of Peru. I'm very interested to see what happens with it. It's going to be a tune that clearly does go quite viral. They tend to whenever Ed Sheeran remixes something. So I'm going to be very interested to see what happens with this one. But there we go. Out to everyone who has been joining us. It's been great to have so many of you in the chat. I really do enjoy doing these streams. I'm going to try and do as many of them as I can moving forward. When we're back on radio, they may not be as frequent. Like, it might just be like a Saturday thing if I've got time, because I will have a little bit less time when I'm back in the radio studio. Obviously, I'm working from home at the moment, so I've got a bit more time to do them in the evenings. But yes, thank you to each and every one of you. It's been great to see you all, and we shall see you all next time, my friends. Have a good one, and peace. Nearly forgot to press the outro button. God's sake, Cub. Right, catch you all later.
Sounding so good right now. Man, they're sounding a bright and town.
Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel right now, Cubcamtv. Stay locked.